Anyway,
now to the
we're gonna talk about the Department of Justice and the FBI memo with the Jeffrey Epstein stuff. We have a lot to cover today. Obviously, there is a major disappointment, a major blow that the Trump administration delivered to some of its most loyal fans today. And I'll get back to updates from the flash floods that took place in Texas later when there's new information that comes out. There's also ICE raids in Los Angeles and many other places. What is this? Oh, with the Jeffrey Epstein stuff. Yeah, we'll obviously do Hogwatch Fell for It Again award as well. And we still have Satan Yahoo to talk about as well. That's on the docket too.
The breaking news overnight about the Jeffrey Epstein files and the conspiracy theories officially being rejected. Overnight, the FBI and Justice Department releasing 11 hours of footage they say helps confirm notorious financier Jeffrey Epstein died by suicide in his Manhattan jail cell in 2019, awaiting his sex trafficking trial. According to a memo detailing the findings, investigators found the video showed no one entering the area in the overnight hours before Epstein.
I mean, I told you so's are in order for those who actually believed, even for a brief moment, that the Trump administration would ever actually reveal any of these details, if they would actually shed new light on this stuff. Of course they would not.
Hello, welcome.
And CoffeeZilla, once again, on the pathway to radicalizing from the Trump administration, has a video on this. We'll obviously take a look at that as well. But interesting. Maybe after Trump dies? No, because only 30, 40, 50 years in the future, once every single person that's on the client list is long gone, would there potentially ever be declassification. Why would the federal government release information on the federal government's own intelligence community's blackmail operation and influence operation? Why would they do that? Y'all are crazy. Trump's labor secretary, Alexander Acosta, was straight up the South Florida prosecutor that gave Jeffrey Epstein his first sweetheart plea bargain deal. It's so funny to me that these guys go, oh my God, I can't believe that the Trump administration that is directly involved with Jeffrey Epstein are not revealing any new information and just basically saying the exact same things that they personally said, the previous administration said, that they actively petitioned against. How shocking. Shocking, guys. I can't believe the Trump administration is not only protecting themselves, but also all of the same wealthy people that the Democrats also protected, that the Republicans have also consistently protected. That's, wow. Shocking stuff. Shocking revelations.
Found unresponsive. But perhaps the biggest bombshell, investigators say they found no incriminating client list of Epstein's, no credible evidence that Epstein blackmailed prominent individuals, and no evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties. For years, Epstein has been at the center of conspiracies surrounding both his death and...
Oh, never mind then. Guys, I mean, it's concluded. I guess it's nothing to see here, folks. Folks, nothing to see here. Pack it up. I didn't realize it was like that. Thank you for informing me. I guess there's no reason to investigate this any further. Please stop. Please avert your invested and interested eyes away from this incident. The government has basically told you what's what. Now shut the fuck up. Even Fox News was like, Cap.
Oh, sure. Caroline. Okay, so the FBI looks at the circumstances surrounding the death of Jeffrey Epstein. According to the report, this systematic review revealed no incriminating client list. So what happened to the Epstein client list that the Attorney General said she had on her desk?
Well, I think if you go back and look at what the Attorney General said in that interview, which was on your network on Fox News.
Got the quote.
Go ahead.
John Roberts said, DOJ may be releasing...
Dude, these guys, when they want to be, can become such amazing journalists literally on the spot, it should remind you how indecent they are in every other instance. Okay? When every single one of these charlatans want to be a real journalist, like that follow-up is the bare minimum that every journalist is capable of doing, knowing full well what the immediate retraction is going to look like, what the immediate response is going to look like. And he came in hot. He didn't have to go back. He didn't have to wait another day. Right on the spot. This is real journalism. And it's shocking that it's coming from a motherfucker like Peter Ducey of Fox News. Look at that. Shocking. He did not miss a fucking beat, dude. Look.
List. So what happened to the Epstein client list that the Attorney General said she had on her desk?
Well, I think if you go back and look at what the Attorney General said in that interview, which was on your network on Fox News.
Got the quote.
Go ahead.
John Roberts said, DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen? And she said, it's sitting on my desk right now to review.
Yes, she was saying the entirety of all of the paperwork, all of the paper in relation to Jeffrey Epstein's crimes. That's what the Attorney General was referring to, and I'll let her speak for that. But again, when it comes to...
Wait a minute. Wait a dang minute. What happened? What is this, Lamau? I can't believe Epstein killed himself right before he was about to be acquitted due to a complete lack of evidence. Yeah, that's so crazy when you think about it, actually. Yeah, it seems like there was no evidence whatsoever, and he just felt kind of bad. There was a big stack of papers, and the papers were all empty, okay? It's interesting because they're not even doing the Democrats are the pedophile route on this one. They're not even doing the Democrat liberal elite were the pedophiles, and the Republicans are like, they didn't even sanitize the list to like remove the Republican names from it or whatever. They just straight up are like, nope, no list exists. JD Vance in 2021. What possible interest would the U.S. government have in keeping Epstein's clients secret? ... Oh. Jack Posobiec, are you paying attention yet? The DOJ and Ghislaine Maxwell's lawyers have made a deal that her little black book of contacts will never be made public. If you're a journalist and you're not asking questions about this case, you should be ashamed of yourself. What purpose do you even serve? I'm sure there's a middle-class teenager somewhere who could use some harassing right now, but maybe try to do your job once in a while. Yeah, a postmortem acquittal to Jeffrey Epstein. We were so wrong. See? Further evidence that if Jeffrey Epstein actually didn't die, didn't get killed, he could have just done the podcaster route and became a prominent fixture of Republican politics. And therefore, he could have had his reputation sanitized. And all of these guys would be talking about how Sigma Grindset he is and how dope he actually is. He was just actually just an ephebophile and not a pedophile. Like, all these people would probably be fucking doing that. That was, of course, J.D. Vance in 2021 when he was not the vice president. Remember that. Now that he is the vice president, I'm sure he has a very different approach to it.
The FBI and the Department of Justice, they are more than committed to ensuring that bad people are put behind bars. They have an operation going on right now called Summer Heat, which has our murder rate trending in the lowest direction in United States history. Their emphasis on violent crime and locking up violent criminals has led to the arrest of 14,000 violent criminals. That's a 62% increase from the same time period last year. So this Attorney General and the FBI Director are committed to putting bad people behind bars where they belong. That they promised an exhaustive review. That's what they did. For any further details, I would refer you to the Department of Justice.
Okay.
Huh. Well, I'm now firmly on Team Epstein didn't kill himself after the mistakes they were made in this release. Let's break it down. This 10-hour video does not show Epstein's cell. It's across the entire hall from Epstein's section. You can see that in the attached image. I mean, some of this stuff, some of this like armchair analysis is going to be wrong initially, by the way. I'm just letting you know. I don't know. I haven't looked into that person's statements, but we can potentially match it up with what we do know. But here, let's keep going.
And a rumored client list allegedly used to blackmail powerful men. Attorney General Pam Bondi, back in February, was asked if the Justice Department intended to release a list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Bondi saying this.
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump. I'm reviewing that.
So have you seen anything that you said, oh my gosh?
Not yet.
And just last month, while feuding with President Trump, Elon Musk posting, "Time to drop the really big bomb. At real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, Donald J. Trump." But Musk later deleted that.
Guys, don't look at that. Musk deleted it. Elon Musk deleted that, okay? So it's not, you shouldn't use that. I mean, come on now. I mean, who amongst us hasn't accused their partner in crime of being a participator in an international sex trafficking scheme? It happens, you know?
And others saying he went too far in attacking Trump. The president saying he cut ties with Epstein nearly 2 decades ago, saying even Epstein's lawyer cleared him. This is the first time the Trump administration has officially contradicted conspiracy theories about Epstein, theories previously pushed by members of the administration.
To get to the bottom of what happened.
Caroline, the DOJ and FBI have now concluded there was no Jeffrey Epstein client list. What do you tell MAGA supporters who say they want anyone involved in Jeffrey Epstein's alleged crime?
It's so crazy because, like, this is the one thing that will brick some of the Trump camp. Like, I said this before. I said this last time they, like, did this, like, brief release, right? Where it was nothing at all. Remember when all of the MAGA influencers they brought into the White House were, like, all celebrating? Like libs of TikTok and shit. We're all fucking celebrating about, like, the Jeffrey Epstein stuff. It's coming out. This administration is so based. They're so based. You don't understand. Like, this is the one thing that those guys will actually not forgive nor forget. You can't create a base of support from conspiracy theorists, as the Trump admin did, and then have them not expect anything. Okay? You have to give them something. So when these guys also realize, like, it's the same with the anti-war people, right? If you run a campaign aggressively on being anti-war, some people are going to pay attention to that. Some people are going to believe that. Okay? So when you say you're going to be based in anti-war, and then you don't actually turn around and be based in anti-war, some people will get frustrated with that. I know people. I know people who are ironically also on the Jeffrey Epstein conspiracy side, which is not even like a conspiracy theory in my opinion. It's just the truth. But like, they're going to be frustrated with this. They're going to be like, where the fuck is the info? What is this shit? What the hell is going on?